The ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 is a foldable compact treadmill for running. It has iFIT on the touchscreen and it's a mid-range model from ProForm. So let's dive into the review because there's a few things you should know before buying. Hey guys, welcome back to TRG. I'm Sydney and I'm here with the new ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. It has a new name and a little bit of a new layout, but it's the latest version of the ProForm Pro 2000. Before I dive in, make sure to like and subscribe. We have a lot of content lined up for you. And we are affiliates. We have an affiliate link of the Pro 2000 in the description. If you find this video helpful and are ready to buy, we'd appreciate you using our link. It helps us out at no extra cost to you so we can keep making these reviews. And you can also check the current price of the Pro 2000 at our link. At the time of filming this, it is $1,499. So I actually consider this treadmill to be a more budget-friendly treadmill for iFIT. I'm using the term budget here a little loosely because yes, I'm aware of the price, but most treadmills with touchscreens that have subscription training content cost well over $1,000, as do treadmills that can handle running. So what's nice about the Pro 2000 is that you can run on it and access the same features as higher end treadmills that have iFIT, but for a lower price. I'll get into the iFIT subscription in a moment, but let's start with its size. The Pro 2000 is what we consider to be a compact treadmill for running. It supports all strides without sacrificing too much space in your home. Its dimensions are 73.2 inches long, 34.6 inches wide, and 60.6 inches tall. It folds up. You just have to lift up the back of the end of the deck and push it up. And the deck is pretty easy to fold. This deck is lighter than other larger folding treadmills because it's a little smaller. And the treadmill weighs 249 pounds when it's delivered in the box. So you won't want to haul it up and down the stairs, but it can be shoved over against a wall or moved a few feet or so when you're not using it. Just keep in mind with any treadmill of this size, not everyone is going to be able to move it or even fold it up. It's still a treadmill that weighs over 200 pounds. I can move it just fine and it isn't hard for me to move, but there isn't a bar or something to hold onto underneath the deck to tip it back to move it, unfortunately. I have to put my hands up over the top of the deck. I wish there was something a little easier to hold on to, but it can be moved when needed. And this is a solid treadmill. It handles up to 350 pounds, so a significant amount of weight, and it feels solid to run on. It has a steel frame that supports the deck and steel uprights that hold the console in place. And the handles are steel with a powder coating over top so they don't feel slippery, and they're well within reach when you need them. I like the front handle. It's just one continuous bar, so there's plenty of area to hold onto, and it's mounted under the console and it helps provide extra support and stability to the treadmill. And the motor is a 3.0 continuous horsepower motor. This is typically the smallest motor size that we recommend for running. Probably isn't going to handle hours of use every day, and I wouldn't use it for marathon training if you plan on training primarily on a treadmill, but for moderate running, around maybe 5 to 7-ish miles per day, should handle that well. And it has a similar speed and incline range to higher end treadmills. It goes up to 12 miles per hour, which is a 5-minute mile running pace, and it has a 12% incline. It doesn't decline, but the incline and speed offer plenty of training options for a treadmill of its size. It's also good for interval training. It isn't the quickest treadmill to adjust the speed, but I never feel like I'm waiting for it to increase or decrease the speed. It takes 24 seconds to go from 1 miles per hour up to 12 miles per hour. And the incline is pretty slow to adjust though. It's one of the first things that we noticed when we started using it. It takes about 45 seconds to go from 0% up to 12%. So if I'm doing hill intervals, I have to wait for the incline to adjust a bit. This is probably my biggest critique of this treadmill. It's nice that the speed adjusts at a good rate though. I'd personally rather have the speed adjust more quickly than the incline. And the Pro 2000 is fairly quiet. It isn't the most quiet. I would look into a Soul or Horizon or one of the new Nordic Track Commercial Series treadmills if you're concerned about noise. But the Pro 2000 isn't overly loud. In our decibel test, it was around the equivalent of a washing machine at higher speeds. Treadmills aren't the quietest cardio equipment, so keep that in mind. But I'm gonna hop on the Pro 2000 a little later so you can hear it for yourself. So the deck is what makes this a compact treadmill that you can run on. It is 20 inches wide and 60 inches long, and this length is what we have found supports all running strides. This width isn't the widest that we see on folding treadmills, but this size deck helps make the Pro 2000 a good option if you don't have a huge amount of space for a treadmill in your home. And I was actually surprised at how low the deck is to the floor. It's only 7.5 inches high from the floor up to the top of the side rails. So it's really easy to step up on, which is helpful if you have mobility issues. This is actually one of the lowest decks that I've seen on a treadmill of this size. Now the deck feels pretty firm underfoot. So we haven't found a way to quantify deck cushioning. This is the amount of give in the deck, so the shock absorption that helps lessen the impact on your joints when your feet land on the deck. Since we test treadmills from several brands, we're able to rate how soft or firm the cushioning feels on treadmills from different brands. So ProForm's somewhere in the middle. I think the Pro 2000 is pretty moderately cushioned. It isn't the softest. Nordic Trek treadmills and even ones from Horizon feel softer underfoot, so they just feel a little more springy. And Sole and Peloton feel firmer than the Pro 2000. I normally get some discomfort around my ankles while running, and I don't get this on the Pro 2000, so I think if you prefer running on a softer surface, maybe if you have joint issues or sensitivity, I would look into a Nordic Trek or Horizon, but for most people, this deck should be comfortable and plenty absorbent, especially compared to running outside on concrete, which has no shock absorption. And ProForm includes their standard 10-year frame, 2-year parts, and 1-year labor warranty with the Carbon Pro 2000. I would try to have at least 2 people for assembly. One handy person could put it together, but having 2 people helps make the process a little easier. All right, let's get into the console and all of the tech features. So the Pro 2000 has this 10-inch touchscreen. It's clear and easy to see, but it isn't adjustable, so it doesn't tilt up and down or pivot to the side, which we wish we could tilt it back. So I'm 5'1", I'm pretty short, and this screen is right in my line of sight. If you're taller, like maybe over 6 foot or so, this screen might be a little harder for you to see because of its upright angle. This is my other main critique. I wish that it was adjustable if we could just tilt it back a little bit. Also, the screen isn't super small, but it's smaller than some other treadmills with touchscreens. Most people should be able to see and use it just fine with its size. Plus, treadmills with larger screens are priced higher than the Pro 2000. Another thing to consider is that a lot of this treadmill's functionality and features are built into the screen. Even the console has really limited physical buttons on it. There's the standard start, stop, and your incline and speed buttons, and these adjust the speed by 1/10 and the incline by 0.5%. And these work just fine, but some more adjustment buttons, maybe on the side handles, would be nice. On the screen in workouts, there are numbered buttons, so I can press 5 on the right side of the screen and the speed will adjust 5 miles per hour, and I can press 12 on the left and the deck will incline up to 12% with just a press of a button. These are nice, but with the size of the screen, they can be a little hard to use, especially while running. You have to kind of scroll to get to the different levels. And with the angle of the screen, I can reach it really well, but a little bit more functionality on the console would be nice. And the fan has a good amount of airflow, but the vents aren't adjustable. They're pointed up a little bit, so they actually barely hit my forehead. If you're taller than me, they'll probably be fine for you, but they're really not great for me the way that they're positioned. And there is kind of a small device rack. So there's a little ledge above the fan for you to put your phone or maybe a smaller tablet. My iPhone works just fine here, but a larger tablet probably won't work with the angle of the screen. But this is nice if you want to stream content of your own. But keep in mind, with this design, it really encourages you to use the screen, especially with a subscription to iFIT, which I'm about to get into. But overall, the console is really stable. I didn't get really any screen shake, and the cup holders held my 40-ounce hydro jug still, which is pretty impressive because it's a big water bottle. All right, let's get into everything that's available on the touch screen, starting with iFIT. So iFIT is a subscription training platform. It's $39 per month, and it's one of the most popular training subscriptions for cardio equipment. Trainer-led content has kind of become all the rage in recent years, and iFIT stands out with its outdoor workouts. So there are indoor workouts filmed in studios where the instructor is guiding you through a workout on a treadmill. But the outdoor workouts are filmed all over the world. So you can take a series of workouts filmed in areas like the Swiss Alps and places all over. I've actually started to add to my bucket list after taking some of iFIT's workouts. So iFIT is great for guidance, and you get structured workouts, and it's also fun to kind of feel like you're exploring different places from the comfort of your treadmill. And iFIT has a lot of features that definitely add to the overall training experience on the Pro 2000. So Smart Adjust is probably my favorite feature. It adjusts the speed and incline automatically to match the format of the iFIT workout. It goes off the instructor's cues, so if they say to pick up the pace, the speed will adjust. And Smart Adjust takes into account your effort in prior workouts to adjust the speed based on what it thinks is best for you. And then it adjusts the incline based on the terrain of the outdoor workouts. So if you see the trainer running up a hill, the grade of the deck adjusts to match it. And Active Pulse is another feature that automatically adjusts the Pro 2000 with iFIT. It adjusts based on your heart rate for heart rate training zones. You need a compatible tracker to use this feature. ProForm has a 4-arm heart rate monitor that's sold separately. And then other trackers like Garmin watches connect so you can see your heart rate on the screen. My Apple Watch doesn't connect, unfortunately. It doesn't connect to any fitness equipment really. But this is an Apple problem. Hopefully they'll make their watches more compatible with fitness equipment in the future. I can sync my Apple Health app to my iFIT profile so I can save my workout history, but with Smart Adjust and Active Pulse, you get a lot of customizations with the automatic adjustments that we haven't really seen from other brands. So iFIT has rolled out its latest 2.0 version. So these next features I'm about to talk about is what's included in the new version, and that is what's available on the new Carbon Pro 2000. So in the Create tab on the left side of the screen is where you can create your own workouts. So you can set custom intervals, and you can do targeted time, distance, and calorie goal workouts. These are nice if you want to do your own thing and not follow along with an instructor. And iFIT also now has streaming apps. So you can stream Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Spotify right now. They're available to stream when you subscribe to iFIT. You just have to log into your account for each of these apps, and then you can stream straight from the Pro 2000 screen. I like how I can still take an iFIT workout and then I can listen to Spotify, or I can stream a Netflix show. So I can meet the instructor and then I can watch and listen from these apps, which is nice. And there's also a new Coach AI feature that will be available soon with iFIT. You can chat with an AI to get iFIT workout recommendations, and then it will schedule workouts for you. This feature is still in beta testing. I just got access to it, so I've been texting on my phone with iFIT's AI coach, Taylor, a little bit. That's what they call it. Once I use this feature more, and when it's out of beta testing, I'll update my written review at my ProForm Pro 2000 review at treadmillreviewguru.com. But for now, the AI coach has nice features. It helps me get different ideas for iFIT workouts that I should try based on my training goals. Sometimes iFIT's library can feel a little overwhelming because there's thousands of on-demand workouts to choose from. Oh, and for those who have used iFIT, currently the Google Map feature isn't available in the new 2.0 version. This is where you could draw routes on a Google Map and you can create your own workouts that way. If it becomes available, I'll update my written review. But so far, I really like all of the updates that have been made to iFIT, especially the streaming apps. I really like having Spotify, especially since iFIT's music feature really isn't my favorite. The music plays in the background, so I prefer actually just logging into my Spotify account and listening to music of my choosing. And I can hear all of the content through the Pro 2000 speakers. I wish they went a little bit louder though. I was listening to a podcast on Spotify and it was a little harder to hear when I was running. I can hear music just fine. And you can also pair your Bluetooth headphones to the speakers to listen to iFIT's content too. Now you can't connect your phone and you can't stream content from your phone through the Pro 2000 speakers or screen mirror your phone to the touch screen. iFIT is a big aspect of this treadmill, and it's Why I think it's reasonably priced, because you get access to all of the same features with iFIT for a lower price for the treadmill itself. But you don't have to use iFIT to use the Pro 2000. You can use manual mode, and manual mode is available without connecting the treadmill to Wi-Fi. There are also onboard workout programs and a few featured iFIT workouts available without paying for a subscription to iFIT. These are a little tough to get into though, and you need to create a free iFIT account to access them, so just keep this in mind. There's plenty of treadmills that we recommend that don't have subscription content, like ones from Soul and Horizon. If you don't want to pay for subscription content, I would look into one of those, but if you want to train with iFIT, the Pro 2000 is a great treadmill for that, and it's a good deal. All right, now let's check out the Carbon Pro 2000 in action. I'm gonna walk and run and incline it. So here's 3 miles per hour. Here's 6 miles per hour. And here's 9 miles per hour. All right, so back down to 3 miles per hour. Here's that full incline to 12%. So incline is a little slow, but overall, the Pro 2000 is fairly quiet and that speed is responsive. Thanks for watching my review of the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. What I like about this treadmill is that it's compact, foldable, and it can handle moderate amounts of running, and it has a touch screen to stream iFIT. This is a mid-range treadmill, but it's more affordable than most treadmills that offer subscription training content. With a subscription to iFIT, you get access to thousands of trainer-led workouts, and there are streaming apps like Netflix and Spotify available now with iFIT. And you also get access to the same tech features like Smart Adjust on the Pro 2000 as more expensive treadmills that have iFIT. My main critiques are the slow to adjust incline. It adjusts to up to 12%, but I feel like I have to wait for it a bit to adjust. And my other critique is that the screen isn't adjustable. It would be nice to be able to angle it back a little bit, especially for taller users. Overall though, I'm pleased with how stable the Pro 2000 is to run on. It is a nice size that allows for running, but it doesn't take up unnecessary space, and it's fun to use with iFIT. Thanks again for watching. Head over to treadmillreviewguru.com to learn more about the Carbon Pro 2000. I have a full written review with even more details there. And to check the current price, click the link in the description. And make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Sydney at TRG. I'll see you next time.